I'm sure I'm the last thing just about standing between you and your social activities tonight, so I'm gonna kind of speed through this. My name is Sterling Peet. Rather than going into the whole long list of what it is I do and who I am, talk to me about that later. I'm going to mention that Frank Whitworth has helped out with this project a bit. He's an engineer at Johnson Space Center and was doing a independent research semester with us at Georgia Tech for part of his master's degree. So a real quick overview, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about motivation. I'll describe what's in the tin because this is a open source offering that is available. What the impact is. I'm actually going to skip the demo and tell you that you just answer a list of questions that are described on the front page. And then I'll take questions if we want to do that. So basically, we want to avoid the copy pasta problem because that's what generates the error. Well, that's what causes all these error-prone issues that you then are spending all of your time as a developer trying to get through and get your app to compile and so on. So, the state of the art, at least what is available to open source, especially if you're a university level operation, is take the sample app and manually update all of the references to be some other app, which isn't exactly the most clean thing that you can do. So small mistakes end up working out to lots of headaches over time. This, like, personally, I created this project because I was learning how to use cFS. I was at JSC doing an immersion visit that was supported by Dave Swartwout. Thank you very much. That was very informative. And I ran into this problem. And so this frustration led to the obvious realization that, automation can kind of boost you along. That's a picture of my little moon robot project I was using as a context to learn how to use cFS. And that code is also available if you want to look at it. Basically, this template tool is a cookie cutter template, which is a set of Jinja templates that automate the creation of the app. It prompts you for inputs, and it generates a fully working app at the end of the day. So you still have to integrate it into your deployment or into your project, but that's only a couple of files, and it does give you the listing of what those files are you still have to edit. The workflow is basically run the tool, answer the questions, get a working app. Sounds great, right? Some features of note, the name gets propagated through the source. It sets up your Git repo and actions and stuff. At least the basic ones that you would get, this to be equivalent to what you get out of the sample app. And you also, okay. So how much time does it really save? It was saving me a whole workday. When we're talking about students, it's like weeks of traction, basically, going down to 10 minutes, minimal adjustments outside the app itself, and templates that for GitHub Actions and things that get you started. And then you end up with a consistent app to drop into your system. So that's what it's for. In the bigger picture, this reduces onboarding friction. It helps with getting your developers doing things that are more consistent. It enables faster prototyping, and that aligns with your broader industry goals that we generally expect. And it's open source, and it's available. It's kind of based on there are previous offerings that have been available that don't work with Draco RC4, which this was written for. And if there are future offerings that are offered upstream, I would recommend you use the upstream version versus mine, but mine is available, so you can use it now. So this is a list of people that help support this whole system, whole project. And I'm going to skip the demo itself. Again, I said you answer questions and it spits out a bunch of code. So we're done. So the last comment that I'll make is that if you're generating modular code, you should be using a tool like this. You can use my tool if you want to, but you should be using some tool to help you avoid the copy pasta small error issues that you end up grinding against all day. So that's what it is.
Thank you. Any
cutter is awesome.
questions? Somebody's typing on Slack, but it's not coming through. Oh, yeah. Does it allow for additional customization?
So it it drops out a set of code, and you can then customize it as you choose going forward. It's open source, so if you don't like the template as it is, you can edit the template. There's something like around 15 questions that it's asking. That's your setup. That's basically your customization in situ. Probably the biggest thing that is kind of you can control it is whether or not you're adding in a cFS library that you want to be linking against. So yeah, that's basically what it looks like.
All right, very good. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, hello. Excellent presentation. Thank you. Before you decided to go for cFS, did you also consider ROS or ROS2 because it's used for other things like the Astro V and things like this, or you never crossed your mind at all?
ROS is on my to-do list. ROS2 specifically is on my to-do list.
Okay.
I actually came from F prime and went into cFS, so that's where my existence sits. If you want to see how what I think about the trade-offs, I wrote a paper and presented that at SmallSat last year.
This is a cookie cutter question for me. I believe there's a tag you can add on your GitHub repo to make it part of the like massive list of cookie cutter templates. Have you added that? So it's like in the world.
If there is a convenient way, so it's prepended with cookie cutter, which is the normal way. If there is a tag that I don't know about, I'd be happy to add it.
All right, any other question?